Good evening.
Okay.
That was not actually.
Are you trying to speak British?
I was. Yeah. Of course, I say one. I say, oh yeah, definitely.
all that
I
in.
say one word, I'm already critiqued. But 2 words, whatever. Welcome to the
What
show.
about if we switch accents?
Oh my God. That's
And you
pretty
go
good.
American?
That's pretty good.
You doing American?
Yeah, I can do.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Sure.
Yeah, I would love to.
That's pretty good. If I do say so myself.
Not bad, not bad.
Go ahead and try it again, Ryan.
Yeah, that's.
Give it another go.
And you'll see, that's what I was saying. I sound kind of like what's that dude's name? From the Thornberries.
Nigel?
Yeah,
Tim Curry?
is it?
Yeah.
No way, I didn't know that.
Nigel Thornberry?
That's Tim Curry.
That's Tim Curry. Oh, yeah, baby.
Holy smokes.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Frankenfurter himself.
I
The
did not
legend, the
know
goat.
that. Pennywise.
Pennywise.
Wow.
Oh, gee.
Anyway,
The goat.
we have a very special episode tonight, and I feel like I say that every time I have a guest, and it's because it's true.
Yeah.
And we are joined by a very good friend of mine, all the way from. You guys live in Yorkshire, Yorkshire, England. And before I go into all that, I would like to talk about how we met each other because I think it's very insane. So we're joined tonight by Aaron.
Hey. Hello.
Very, very talented musical prodigy. More on that later. So, yeah, let's just go into that. So we had been following each other for a few years, right? I feel like it was probably 2023.
Something like that, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd heard about you guys before, but I didn't realize everyone was on social media and stuff because I rarely go on it these days.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, so it's been a few years that we have been following each other, and I had always been aware of. I want to say I had heard of Black Tongue before. I'm not sure. I mean, it's like that kind of thing where you're exposed to so many bands, you can't remember what at some points you do know and you don't know, but definitely the fabled Infant Annihilator. And
Oh, yeah.
and he had followed me, and I was like, oh my God, I had a connection, followed you back, and I feel like it was probably a year, 2 years before we got to talking, and this is the part that I wanted to get into. So we met and we became fast friends because we had similar things in common, namely you could say studies in consciousness, Monroe Institute, you guys had been seeing orbs and things like that. And anyway, long story short, us kind of being aware of each other for years and then coming into each other's sphere, I think we can all pretty much agree that it was meant to happen. And now we are finding ourselves with you staying with me in America for basically 2 weeks. And I'm having a blast. So
Good times.
welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Hey.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, it's honestly insane. So
Yeah, and we also just had a mind-blowingly delicious Sunday dinner, an English Sunday dinner.
a what?
Okay, man.
A tea time.
Tea.
Yeah.
Tea.
Not a cup of tea.
Not a cup of tea. We had a whole lesson downstairs, guys.
Yeah.
We had a lesson. You have tea all day, okay? You have tea all day.
In a cup.
In a cup.
Yeah.
I should say, rather, and I apologize. You drink tea all day,
Yes.
but you have tea once a day, and that's what we call dinner.
That's right.
How about that?
Yeah, because I always thought that tea time was 1 o'clock, you have a cup of tea. But tea means you eat dinner. So anyway.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I always looked at it like a siesta. You know how in Spain and Mexico and they have a little siesta.
Yeah.
I thought tea time was all right,
siesta.
we just had our lunch. Let's go have a cup of tea and sit for 15 minutes and drink and talk, and then we'll get back to whatever we were doing.
I swear that's how it is on TV, man. It's crazy. There's so much misconceptions there. But yeah, I mean, I feel like we have a lot that we could get into. There's many pathways of conversation here. So yeah, I mean, let's just talk about some of the similar, I guess you could say meditative experiences that we've had, because those, the first time we talked and then the following times after that, I feel like every time we've picked each other's brains, and with Helen, who's with us in the studio tonight, we're finding more and more and more that we're having similar experiences even before we met each other.
Mm-hmm.
Are you cool talking about that one?
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm joking.
Off limits.
I don't think you know this one yet. about what we were going to talk about, but do you know what I'm talking about? Like the download you had about like yeah, that one. And here you are, like we manifested it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, just like basically, do you want to?
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember. So it was definitely before we started talking, and I was doing one of the Monroe meditation things. I can't remember which one it was, but basically, I had like a big flash download, and basically, long story short, it involved coming to America, meeting you, doing a Monroe retreat, and separately also one of my best friends and vocalist Alex from Black Tongue, he was in the kind of download, and he went to go and like marry his long distance relationship partner, and all of those things have happened, although separately at this point. Yeah.
Wow.
Holy shit.
In Arizona, right?
Yeah.
Was this before you guys ever started talking at all?
Yes, this was years ago.
Wow.
This was 2 years ago. He had kind of like a vision or a download about like I need not need, but like I should go to America and somehow, don't even know the guy, go through some sort of meditation program with Ryan. He told me that like last night.
Really? You just found this out? Holy shit.
I've still got the note on my phone that I wrote after the meditation. I was just like...
Yeah. Do you typically do that when you do meditations?
Yeah.
Like take notes and stuff afterwards?
Mm-hmm.
I need to get into doing that. Like taking notes of what, you know. We did it during the...
Creation Station.
Yeah. And it was awesome and profound, and it helped me remember those things. And then like going back and reading them later, you can like almost kind of like feel the same feelings that you were feeling during the moment. So it's really valuable. It's just... I'm not good at keeping up with habits.
I'm not either.
Not good ones, at least.
I feel like it's almost like a totem, right? Like when you write the notes, it creates this anchor point to where when you read them at some time in the future, you can kind of better recall everything that happened around it, which I guess is why we should journal dreams.
Yeah.
Another thing that I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
Journal dreams.
I always tried to get into the habit of it, but then like after maybe like 2 days, I'll forget to do it. And then the next day I'll forget. And then by the time I realize, I'm like, oh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like they say if you keep like a dream journal, it's supposed to like promote more vivid dreams. You'll start having more vivid dreams more frequently.
Lucid dreams.
Lucid dreams was the other big one. Cause I've had a lot of sleep paralysis in my life, and it sometimes when I was a kid, it would turn into lucid dreams. Sometimes. I mean, I'm talking like I would like at least once a month, every month for, I don't know, 10 or 15 years, I would have sleep paralysis. But a lot of, like maybe, I don't know, 20 or 30% of the time, it would just like naturally turn into a lucid dream. And it's been a while, so I've considered doing it. It's just same thing. I'll do it one night or the second night, and then I miss one night and it's over.
That's just reminded me of something, actually. Before I started getting into all of this like consciousness-y stuff, I was like a super like hardcore like scientism, like, do you know
That's a
what I mean?
great way to describe it.
Yeah, just like skeptic, but without actually being what the term skepticism means, just being basically ignorant. And anyway, but so it was during that time, I think it was probably about 20 or something, and I'd read about I think astral projection, but it was before I found out about Monroe or anything. And I remember finding like a forum thread or something, and it just basically said the best way to do it is to try to purposefully induce sleep paralysis. So I remember for a period of about a week, I was trying to do that. And then the one night that it finally worked, the sleep paralysis part worked. I was like, why the fuck have I done this? Why the fuck have I done this? This is awful.
I can't believe you've done this.
Yeah. And that just put me off for, until this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Was that the first time you had sleep paralysis?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's terrifying, man. I've had it like twice.
Pretty scary.
And that's
I used to have it like when we would have sleepovers and stuff. I'd be
like playing Xbox because you guys know me by now. I'm not a morning person. You guys have spent like the last 2 mornings with me. I'm always the last one downstairs usually. I'm always up late. My brain doesn't want to slow down. I didn't know I had ADHD as a kid, and I was just like, I'd just be wide awake. He'd be falling asleep, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna be awake for a while, sitting there playing Xbox. And there have been many nights at my house as children that he would be like either asleep on my floor because he passed out, or he's like asleep on my bed and I'm in my chair or something like that. And I'd look over and he'd be on the floor like wigging out, and he would like wake up. He'd be like, "Oh my god, I just had the craziest sleep paralysis." I'm like, "Yeah, bro, I was watching you twitching." Like it happened many times. Like he's not exaggerating. Like I've seen it with my own eyes. Like this kid was plagued. If that is one thing that I had to put on the line with my own life, I would say that he's telling the truth about sleep paralysis.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened quite a few times, and thankfully I'm so happy. It's been like, I can't even tell you the last time I had it.
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point now, it's been at very bare minimum, like a year and a half, 2 years or something like that.
Good.
At least, but it came in all different flavors. Like sometimes it would be like, I'd be actually, oh my God, y'all will think this is crazy. The first time I ever had sleep paralysis, this is wild. You remember in, Two Towers. In Two Towers when Frodo.
Well, I do.
Of course, yeah.
And Aaron and Helen do.
I'm talking to Aaron, not Alex. Not Alex. I'm talking to, yeah.
By the way, that's Lord of the Rings 2.
Yeah. You remember in Two Towers when Frodo falls into the marsh?
Yeah.
And all of those like green spirits.
Ghouls. Yeah.
So the first time I ever had sleep paralysis, I fell asleep in my brother's room. I'm probably, I don't know, 10 or something. And I'm like, oh, my brother's staying the night at somebody else's house. I'm going to sleep in his bed.
That'll show him.
Yeah, exactly. Like stupid. I fell asleep in his room in the middle of the day, and I had sleep paralysis. My eyes opened, I thought. I see the entire room around me, the exact room, my brother's room, and it's normal, but then I can't move. And as soon as I realized I couldn't move, it was like they just all started materializing in the room, those green things. But they weren't
from the movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they weren't looking at me. They were just floating around, and then all at once they all looked at me, and they started coming towards me. And when one of them got kind of close, you remember like one of them's reaching their hand out and then they pull Frodo out? It was like that, basically.
That's terrifying.
It was really scary. But
that's hell.
That was literally just the first. No, that might have been the second or third time. But anyway, yeah.
Speaking of like spooky, paranormal, Lord of the Rings themed things, Helen had a NDE that involved an urukai.
What?
Huh?
I didn't say that.
We might have to get you on the mic to tell that one.
We're gonna have to make something happen here.
That sounds super interesting. I need to hear that. What happened?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear? Is
she picking up okay?
Yeah.
So when I was 16, I fractured my skull.
Oh God.
I was for some reason I was out with my mates.
Who knows why?
Sat on the top of my mate's car. My twin sister was going out with the guy whose car it was. He knew that I was sat on top of the car, and then he just started driving.
Like as a joke?
Yeah, as a joke. Did a really tight turn. No. So then I ended up flying off the top of the car.
Oh,
holy shit.
That's traumatic.
Yeah, and then the only thing that I can remember from that is my nose hurting because I was told that my brain had shook that much. But obviously when I did
fall off and hit
it.
Yeah.
I saw the white tunnel with loads of weird runes that were really faint, but at the end of the tunnel I could see a rusty arrowhead and a fucking urukai.
What? That's crazy.
And I remember consciously going, why the fuck can I see an urukai? And I think that's probably, you know how people say, oh, I saw my mum, I saw my dad,
I saw Jesus.
Someone say, you're not ready, you've got to go back to the earth. And I was just like, why the fuck can I see it a fucking up?
Guys, we are so excited to tell you about our first brand deal with Stigma Hemp. We are so pumped to be working with them. These people are amazing. We've been working with them for a couple of months now. They have an amazing product. It's a family-owned business, and we really, really believe in the product. Ryan, tell them about some of the products that Stigma got.
Yeah, so they got these delicious THC teas, seltzer waters, gummies. I would personally say they're the best gummies I've ever tasted.
I would too.
In my humble opinion. And that milligram is just that perfect dose to have a good night without all the, the freaky thoughts that gummies usually bring. No, but seriously, it's a great product. Josh is a great guy, the founder of Stigma Hemp, and I really am excited to partner with them, especially knowing that he is personally very interested in UFOs and the UFO space. And I just couldn't be more excited about it.
Yeah, guys, they have CBD, they have THC, they have capsules, they have gummies, they have drinks. They have these awesome CBD and THC drinks that are 0 sugar, 0 calories, 0 alcohol. It's just pure either CBD or THC, and it's all in like relatively low doses, so it's manageable. It's a really, really good product. We've tested it ourselves
many times.
It's fantastic. They even have like sleepy time stuff that has melatonin. We really, truly, actually love this product. It's amazing. So we got a little special offer for our listeners.
Yes, we do.
Tell them about it, Ryan.
Go to stigmahemp.com and use code BSS at checkout, and you'll get a nice little 30% bump off your price there. And, get you some tins of gummies and just have a good time with them.
Stigmahemp.com, code BSS. Get that.
By the way, Alex, Urukai are like probably the scariest things in Lord of the Rings.
Disgusting.
They're these.
The armor is thick and the shields are broad.
There you go. Exactly.
They
grow them.
If you're gonna have an NDE and you're a fucking Lord of the Rings fan, you've got to have fucking lights at the end of the tunnel. Let me tell you.
Whoa. That is absolutely insane. Yeah, Alex, for context, Urukai, they've got to be like some of the most disgusting looking creatures that you could imagine. They grow them in like sacks in the ground and like placentas, and they like peel them out of them, and they come out and they look all slimy, and they're like mud demons.
They're like snarling savages, dude. Like horrific,
disgusting.
hulking savages. I couldn't imagine seeing that in an indie. I think that tops your sleep paralysis.
I think it does too.
She died. Saw an Urukai.
Yeah. And it's like, who am I going to see on the other side? Who's
God,
going to beckon me back into the realm of the living? It's an Urukai.
It's like
find the halfling. Find the halfling.
Yeah.
Man flesh.
What is it? What do you smell?
Man flesh. Man flesh.
That's terrifying, dude. So Alex, I hope at this point there's just no greater way that we could go to the farthest reaches of the earth to convince you to watch this freaking movie, man. And that's the last I'm gonna say about that. But I'm sorry you went through that. That sounds horrific.
That's traumatic.
And the more that I spend with you guys, I mean, we've probably had 3 or 4 like really long phone calls throughout the last, I don't know when we first met, maybe like September, October. Hasn't been quite a year, but it's been a long time by this point. And now I've spent the last few days with you guys. And the more I see y'all together, I'm like, yeah, y'all definitely were meant to meet. I feel like it's very obvious that, how can I say this? I think we were talking about this today, that there's some things that happen in your life where you're like, man, that was just that. There's no possible way that you could describe this having happened without destiny being real, or fate, or us living in a matrix, or it being a hologram, or a simulation, or whatever. And I just, I think it, and that's the same with us being friends too. Like there's so many things that are unfolding, and us doing the Monroe program. But anyway, yeah, that's like
synchronicity on steroids.
Yeah, like I'm struggling to find the words because the people at home listening, they're like, okay, we have no clue what you're talking about. But like every time we talk, there's just more that's like we have so many things in common. It like really, it's weird. Like the same visions during meditation, even.
Whoa,
weird. Like almost indicating that.
It wasn't even the same vision. It was like the same space,
but different perspectives.
Different perspectives, and then each one of you was seeing the other person, but as like an orb or like a glowing being or something.
2 years apart.
Yeah. Because time doesn't exist.
And we didn't even know each other. Yeah, it's weird. Like obviously we were all meant to be in each other's sphere.
This was... so this was in the Gateway program, specifically Focus 15, where in our first video call, like FaceTime, we was like swapping gateway notes.
Yeah.
And
Just reading like experiences we had. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had one that was anyway, go ahead.
So I remember Focus 15 being absolutely tits, like, but where, you know, that was when just, it's no time, essentially. And even before I did the meditation, like put the headphones in, I could see a projection, like directly in front of me. And so I was like, yeah, no time. So I thought, right, I've just done a wee, I can see the meditation, I'm just going to chill in the bathroom. I'm going off on a tangent a bit, I'm really sorry, but
No,
the main thing that I wanted to say was because there was loads of different things that happened, but the main thing that me and Ryan shared together, as I say, are completely different.
2 years apart.
2 years apart.
Not knowing each other yet.
Not knowing each
That's
other yet.
bizarre.
All I remember was seeing, I was in a pyramid. You know, I could see Thoth. I could see like, you know, just the Egyptian sort of drawings on the wall.
Hieroglyphics.
I was, hieroglyphics walking through. And then directly in front of me, there was this room that had a sarcophagus in it. And the whole, I remember the theme of Focus 15 specifically for mine was rituals in pyramids. And so yeah, I could see like an orb as well.
In the sarcophagus, wasn't it?
Yeah, in the sarcophagus. And
An orb.
yeah, an orb, and a sarcophagus, and yeah, that was the main thing that I can remember from the meditation, because
There's more in the notes, isn't there? But it's
there's
pretty
way more in
in-depth,
the notes.
But yeah.
You saw something
That's the
about
main vibe.
Didn't you see like an ankh of some sort, like the symbol, or
Oh
yeah?
like you know, yeah.
Wild.
Yes.
But yeah, there was angst, there was all sorts of shit.
Wow.
I wish I could go into proper detail, but
That's the main thing, because that's like the
that-
part
that-
that was
Yeah,
like,
that's the premise of
That's
it.
the main
That's
thing,
like the
yeah.
meat of it. And then,
Yeah.
so the first time we actually got on the phone, and I'm glad that we got into this too, because when we started the episode, it's kind of such a big story with so much little context that I was kind of trying, my brain was like, where do I go with this to bring, you know, the listener and you guys in on like this stuff that y'all hadn't heard about yet. And it's all kind of heading somewhere, right? But anyway, so the first time we got on the phone, Aaron and I had been following each other already. Don't you remember, like 2 years ago? I was like, holy shit, the Infinite Annihilator drummer followed me. That's so crazy. And we were like laughing about
in
it.
the apartment.
Yeah. And we were like, wow, this is wild.
Yeah.
And in my head, you know, as you know, Aaron, there's a lot of times where, you know, you're out in the public, maybe someone follows you and you're showing your boys like, oh, wow, that's crazy. And then your life is busy and you're like, they probably would never see my message or whatever. And you're like, maybe our paths will cross. It was kind of like that.
Mm-hmm,
You know what I mean? Like I didn't message you, you didn't message me, but I was like, damn, this is really cool. And so you had kind of been at least in the back of my mind for a while, right? So anyway, so Helen reaches out to me and I was like, oh, interesting. And I somehow, I guess through Instagram, put two and two together that like they were, or I think actually in your message, you told me that you were his girlfriend or whatever, or it was on your profile. It was something. I knew that you guys were together and I was like, okay, he's following me. She's reaching out to me. These people are tapped in, you know, they're obviously really into this stuff. So I was like, well, let's set up a phone call. We did. And it was like, boom, we started sharing these Monroe stories and we all collectively were like, yeah, we're friends now. You know what I mean? And then we immediately started scheming. All right, how are we going to get you to America? You know what I mean? It's been almost a year that we've been talking about this trip. Right. Yeah. And then even what's happened on the trip so far has been crazy, you know,
really weird,
but really weird. Yeah. So, where was I going with that? Oh yeah. Our experience. So you told me, or I think I told you the experience first because I had just gotten back from Gateway, I feel like.
Yeah, it was just after you.
Yeah.
Me and Aaron saw your...
the episode.
Yeah, because you had Aki on and he was our trainer.
Yeah, okay, so it was around October, November.
On, we saw your Gateway specific episode
Oh,
that
yeah.
you was on
Yeah,
about.
the
of
3-part
course.
series.
And then obviously when you was describing Focus 15 when we was watching it at home, and then I just turned to Av and I was
We were just like,
I was like,
Yeah.
fucking hell. Like, shit.
That is wild. So
Yeah,
you
so-
had essentially the same.
Oh, I'm gonna get into
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
then, so we met, right? And I'm sure you heard me tell that story on the show because I did tell it, right? That
Yeah.
very story. But
Yeah.
I think okay, so it's I'm starting to remember a little more. I think we brought it up, and you were like, I had the same thing. So in my experience, it's like I was laying in the sarcophagus. I told it on I think Alan's episode, and I told it on probably Arky or Emily's, and then I told it on 3-part series. But I had this experience in Focus 15. Where I was just like, and it's very vivid, this experience. I'm laying in the sarcophagus. I have my arms up like Osiris, and
I remember, yeah.
and I'm just like inherently understanding that I'm not dying. I'm not being buried. It's a ritual. There's people standing around me, and at the foot of the sarcophagus, there's like a glowing being of light, and it was like giving me instructions. And she told me her story, so she basically had the same thing, except she wasn't laying in it. She was looking at a sarcophagus, and there was an orb in the sarcophagus. So we're like, what the hell? It's the same thing, and it's very specific. I've never met anybody else that had even. Not everybody's just like having Egyptian visions.
Yeah, no.
Everyone's having different things, and maybe they are having Egyptian visions, but you're the only person I've met that had that very same one, So
Yeah.
we were like, okay, this is really weird. Obviously, we're connected somehow, and there was an experience you had. I don't know if you can recall what I'm talking about, but one that you told me that you had. That I was just like, this is freaking insane. So fast forward a few months, we get to talking, and we're just like, all right, we got through the holidays, Christmas passed, and we got to talking again, and it's like, we got to plan an America trip, maybe in March, remember? We were like, maybe in the spring, and I think we talked in the spring, and one thing led to another, and you guys found out I was doing guidelines. I told you guys, like, I just booked guidelines. And
you asked us as well. What?
yeah, that's how it was. Yeah. You was like, oh, if you was going to do another Monroe course, not even thinking about us coming, he was just asking us which Monroe course we would just want to do.
Yeah, like, what are you guys interested in?
Helen, and we were both like, and Helen was like, oh, maybe guidelines. And you were like, oh, shit, I'm doing guidelines.
Just booked it.
Yeah.
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 And then we were like, wait a second.
So they were
When's
like,
that?
are there any open slots? I was like, I don't know. I pulled up the website, and I was like, guys, it says there's 2. Aaron pulled out his phone. He's like, boop, I just booked it. And I was like, all right, well, let's just get on the phone in a couple of weeks and we'll figure out flights. That's exactly what happened. And here we are. So
Kismet.
yeah, it was crazy. So long story short, they flew in from England, staying with me about 10 days or something like that. And, we're going to do that program virtually from my house. So the 3 of us are going to be cabin fever.
Yeah.
And it starts tomorrow?
Saturday.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So interesting, man. And so I'd like to maybe pivot a little bit into the musical side of things, because I don't think that we could have you on the show and it be a very valuable use of our time or like respectful to your craft if we just don't even acknowledge Infinite Annihilator.
It would have been kind of funny, but yeah, I get you.
Oh, well, hey, I mean, I just want to say that, like, it's so crazy, man, because really I've been aware of you guys since 2016. I mean, I feel like you've probably...
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the second album kind of era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just always been its own thing, It's very extreme music, which I like extreme music. Mm-hmm. And I'll never forget the first time I heard the first song from you guys that I had heard, Soil is Stillborn. I'm like, what, dude, why does this sound so good? But it's so shocking. I mean, like, despite what anybody thinks, you guys stand out. You guys literally are set apart from other bands. You're like this crazy phenomenon. So I guess I'm just kind of curious, like, about how you got into this stuff. Like, what was your path? What were you doing before? What propelled you to get into making such, like, crazy extreme music, dude?
How far back we talking?
I mean, how far back you want to go?
Let's start right at the beginning. I don't know. I think the most relevant thing probably would be, I remember when, because I was like 15 when like deathcore started to kick off, you know, like MySpace deathcore.
Yeah.
Like Bring Me the Horizon and all that kind of stuff.
Their guitarist just recently followed me.
Really?
Bring Me the Horizon, yeah.
No way.
I sent him a message. He didn't respond. I'm like, well, this is why I don't send messages when people follow me. They don't always respond. So.
This is why girlfriends should message.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry. I know I just asked you a question, but I have to say, if it makes you feel better, if it makes you feel special, Helen, I'm not going to say who, just in case they're the kind of people that aren't comfortable with it, but an NFL player followed me, and his girlfriend also messaged me.
Oh!
And she was like, "We're really into your show." So like you're a part of a very niche, valuable thing. So
I'm Aaron's life admin, but that doesn't mean I'll message you back. So you know, don't expect
Please don't message
shit
my fiance.
from me, people. But
Get 'em.
Oh shit! I'm not gonna say anymore. I don't want to piss anyone off.
but you're fine. It's all good. So anyway, just thank you. If it wasn't for you, we may not have ever met because we're both probably similar, and it's like people are busy, whatever. But anyway, so back when you were 15, deathcore starts popping off. You're into Bring Me the Horizon.
So I remember not so much with Bring Me the Horizon, to be honest, but like a lot of bands that were like getting bigger and like popping off and stuff. One thing that would just always really annoy me is like the kind of lighter melody kind of riffs. Like there was some bands that could pull it off and stuff, but that was like when I was super gatekeepery with like everything has to just be as heavy as possible. Like fuck a riff, let's just do a breakdown kind of vibe. And so yeah, I remember like back then I always wanted music to just be way heavier than it was. So I just started like making music that was solely breakdowns, basically. I mean, it sucks now listening back to it, but that's when I first started like writing music and like recording and stuff. I remember the first thing I recorded was literally using an electric acoustic guitar.
No.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Wow.
No way.
Wow, that's incredible, actually.
Through like a Boss Metal pedal or something. It was really, really
Oh, I had one of those.
Yeah.
Did you like detune the mess out of it?
It probably wasn't even tuned. I can't remember, to be honest.
Just noise.
15-year-olds don't care about that crap.
That's true. That's true.
So yeah, I mean that's like sets the stage for it. But then like ever since then, I've always like wanted whatever band I'm in at the time. I've always like pushed it to like be less melodic and more heavy. I've grown a bit now, matured a bit since then. But yeah, I've always wanted to like just do the most extreme heavy music, but just my kind of definition of heavy has like evolved over the years. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
The goalpost keeps moving. It's true because like, well, people like you, like, bands like Infinite Annihilator come out and they push the envelope for what heavy is.
Yeah.
And then they just set a new standard. And then you're like, okay, well now I wonder if we could get a little heavier maybe. Yeah. And then it just keeps getting pushed and pushed and pushed. And like,
true.
There are steps along the way where you're like, surely it can't get heavier than this, right?
I thought so.
Right, yeah. It's like we've reached the pinnacle, right? Like surely we've reached and it just keeps going.
I honestly thought so.
It never ends.
And look, I promise you, okay, I'm just gonna say this. I told you this last night. Nick was obviously freaking out. You saw his live reaction. Alex doesn't even necessarily feel passion towards this music. Even he could recognize how good. And I'll keep it very brief, but I will say that we have now listened to 5 of the tracks of the new album. And I'm not blowing you smoke. I'm being very genuine when I say this. It is some of the best metal music I've ever heard.
Thank you.
Like it's exciting how good that shit is. I'm not just saying that.
It's crazy.
It's amazing.
And it's like he's like, yeah, it's not really done yet. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
what? Like what? What are you? It is crazy good. Crazy good. Yeah.
It's shockingly good. Yeah. So congratulations to you.
Yeah.
Maybe when it's out, we could do a follow up. We had already kind of talked about that today at lunch.
That'd be awesome.
But yeah, I would love to next time, because obviously it's not out yet, so people will just have to wait and see. But I would love to, when that comes out, we do like a deeper dive. You know what I mean?
That'd be awesome.
I'm very excited to hear the rest of it. It's unbelievable. The kid in me, and I'm sure the kid in you, never thought that we would have the privilege to like sit here with people like this and get to do this.
This was like, yeah. I mean, I've always dreamed about like geeking about metal music with people who make metal music. And Lord of the Rings. Oh my God, that is like the bonus.
We're not going to forget you.
That's the bonus of all bonuses. We've been just like making Lord of the Rings references and quotes and stuff, and like my heart is so full. But yeah, it was so like within like seriously probably 5 minutes of meeting you guys yesterday, I was like, these are
my
coolest people ever. Yeah, I was like, these are the coolest people ever.
Likewise.
Yeah, like, but yeah, no, I always dreamed about like just sitting in a room dressed exactly as we're dressed right now.
What do you mean? This is normal attire.
Well, yeah, I just mean, casual attire.
Don Mobler, the corn cobbler.
Thank you for
sitting here joined by the Exerd.
And
I'm a suck your blood. Wasn't that your name? Count, I'm a suck your blood.
Yeah. Parsnip.
The parsnip drainer.
Parsnip liquor.
The parsnip liquor. I like that. Yeah, you are the parsnip liquor.
I was licking them parsnips. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to you.
They were so good.
I'm going to suck your beep.
Parsnip is where the bleep was.
Yeah.
Parsnip.
Yeah, no, but anyway, like in all seriousness, man, it doesn't go unnoticed by me. Just like this experience of you guys coming here and us being friends, it's definitely a reality check for me sometimes. These kinds of moments, like, bro, the episode that just came out today was freaking this guy from Dragon Ball Z. Now we're sitting here, with the drummer of Infant Annihilator, one of the most like notorious. I say that in quotes. People who listen to metal, they know who that is. One of the most freaking notorious bands in the entire deathcore scene. That is literally like. Just a meme. Like,
was it always your goal to like shock?
Well, when we first started, we never even thought it would ever blow up or anything like that. Because we wrote the first album just to have fun, and just the shock value was kind of just for us, if you know what I mean, because we didn't think anyone would listen to it.
That was just the fun part.
Yeah, and then it kind of did blow up with the first video. And then we were like, well, we probably should just keep making it more and more extreme in every way possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny, man. I will say...
The shock factor.
And maybe it's because I've met you guys. Like, at Monroe, they like to say this concept of the blue paperclip. You guys heard about that one?
I don't think so.
Yeah, well, it's just basically the principle that, like, okay, blue paperclip... Now it's in your awareness, so you're going to walk around and you're going to see a lot of blue paper clips. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, or like, pink truck. Now you know about a pink truck, so soon you're going to see a pink truck. It's like sort of what your awareness is locked in on. It'll come into your focus or, your little slice of reality more often. I don't know if this is the case or if it's just because there's a resurgence in deathcore right now. I mean, Jimmy Kimmel had on Knock Loose. I feel like
they just had Spirit Box a couple days ago.
Right. Yeah. Gojira played at the Olympics. I genuinely feel that throughout the world, metal is just rising. It's just genuinely becoming more popular,
It is.
But in the last 6 to 8 months, I've texted you guys even a few of them. I've told you when it happens, or I've sent you maybe screenshots, maybe not, but I'll just be scrolling on the internet and I'm just seeing Infant Annihilator memes. Or even this. No, even this. I'll see, people covering the drums.
Uh-huh.
Or freaking, I'm doing this. That means blast beating.
Yeah, of course. I know. It's the universal language.
Yeah. For the viewer. But I'll be scrolling and freaking, it'll be some random... Swish and flick. I'll be seeing some random song and I'll just drop down the comments and it'll be like Infant Annihilator drummer. I'm like, what the heck? Like, I just feel like it keeps coming into my awareness. You know what I mean? And anyway, I believe, obviously we were meant to be friends, but I feel like you guys are definitely on the rise as far as like the internet deathcore culture goes. So anyway, I guess to round out that thought is, you're going to, this is just my prediction if I may. And if, I'm going to be as nondescript as possible, but I think you're going to drop this album and it's going to be a mic drop and you're going to say, bam, motherfucker. And people are going to lose their minds at how good it is.
Do you mind if I steal that phrase for the actual drop?
You should.
And just say nothing else.
Yeah. The bam, motherfucker.
Yeah, and just nothing else.
When
no
you
promotion.
Yeah.
Just be like, there you go.
Dude, I'm telling you, People are going to lose their minds.
Yeah.
So
it's groundbreaking stuff.
It's fire.
It's super super dope.
it's epic. So anyway,
You started when? What year?
Infant.
Yeah.
I think we wrote the first.
2012?
Well, that's when we released the album. It was 12-12-12.
Oh, cool.
oh cool.
Numerology.
I
Were
think
you into that kind of stuff back then?
Oh,
No. I was a
Yeah?
super skeptic.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
you said you were like the, what'd you call it? Scientist?
Scientism.
Scientism. I like that. So then no, not at all. Not even, were you aware of like numerology and that sort of?
Only to like mock. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
So
I was
this
just-
keeps coming up. Like, where are we at now? Because that's something that I'm curious about, and we've been talking about this personally as friends, but Nick and Alex haven't necessarily been exposed to this conversation. I personally find it very fascinating just to see your journey play out in real time and kind of like know who you were then by what you're telling me and by reading your lyrics, and then just knowing you as a friend now. So like, you weren't spiritual. You were more or less, I don't know if atheist is the word you would describe, but you didn't believe there was anything.
Mm-hmm.
What was that thing that like pushed you towards kind of where you're at now, which is being into consciousness? You're going to the Monroe Institute. You've seen orbs, which I would love to hear some of your stories if you would like to share them. Like, let's just talk about like your awakening journey.
I think it was a combination of things. I think it was, so I didn't see it when it came out, but a big part of it was the whole New York Times thing.
2017.
Yeah,
right?
so it wasn't
Yeah.
then though. It was
Right.
like quite a bit after that. But I think that like popped up in my news feed or something, and I think that might have been the catalyst, because
Which New York Times thing?
the New York Times UFO
The Tic Tac
thing.
the first time they
Oh,
acknowledged
yeah.
UFOs, like
Yeah,
the government.
So
yeah.
that wasn't really a thing in the UK. That didn't really get covered here. So I found out about that super late. I think it was like right at the beginning of COVID, maybe, that I found out about it. And I remember being like, because I had the same kind of view of like UFOs and stuff as that I did with like consciousness-y type meditation-y stuff. I was just like,
Where's the proof?
It's all bollocks. It's just nonsense.
Bullshit, yeah.
So I remember coming across that, and I was like, wait a sec, is that like actually, I mean, I've got a bit of a different opinion on the guy now, but I was like, this guy's like super official, and he's like saying all this stuff, because I was still at that point, I was like, I need Big Daddy government to tell me that it's real, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so like
Big Daddy government.
so I was like, holy shit, there's this like official guy like saying that this stuff's real. I was like, it's probably not, but I'll look into it. And then the more that I looked into it, the more I was like, holy shit, like maybe it is. Like I didn't think, okay, this is definitely real.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just like, well, I think the thing that changed in my brain was if I was like this wrong about UFOs, what else was I this wrong about? So it kind of like in the back of my mind made me much more open to my aware of my immediate gut, like snap reactions to things, because that's the kind of thing that happens when you're when you're not really thinking, you're just kind of still a bit asleep, is you just have like these like instant reactions because they're not actually your own thoughts. It's just what you've been kind of conditioned to react like.
Could
Yeah.
I just say one thing? Like, I was always really super spiritual when I got with Aaron, to the point where I'd be like handing him loads of amethyst crystals and black tourmaline when he went on tour, and he'd be like, no,
I don't want to do
no,
that. It's all
get
bullshit.
that shit away from me.
You're embarrassing me, Mom.
And I was just like, please, like, take them.
It's
You must
protection.
take them.
Ron Weasley.
But with Aaron, like, I'm not saying this as a dig, like, is one of those people, if he doesn't want to take the crystals,
I'm not going to fucking take them.
no, he's not. And you can't force him no fucking way. So that was quite insane. But I hope I haven't, like, lost...
I've completely forgotten what I was saying.
Oh,
No, I'm joking. No, I actually have. No, I haven't really. No, so I was saying...
It's honestly, what you were saying is very well said, and if I could like kind of recap it a little bit, it was basically that like you have these snap reactions to like, that's not real, that's bullshit, or whatever, like, and maybe it's like a fear thing, maybe it's like because it challenges what it's comfortable to think everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
My kind of view is it's like I feel like a lot of it is conditioning, purposeful conditioning.
Yeah.
In the form of like media and in all forms, like like on like talk shows or on movies or in movies or anything. If anybody mentions a UFO, they're automatically crazy. And like if it's like a talk show, for instance, someone will be like, "Oh yeah, I saw a UFO," and then this is before 2017. Everyone will be like, "This guy's a fucking idiot," kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that just over time, from being literally a baby and just being constantly exposed to that, makes it so that it's your own just natural reaction. But it's not really based on anything other than just basically parroting and copying what you've been seen on TV or whatever. And that kind of realization is what kind of made me more open to a lot of things. But I wasn't really thinking about anything other than UFOs at the time. It was just like, if I was that wrong, what else could I be wrong about? That was like always in the back of my mind. So anytime that I had a snap like bullshit, I would be like, "Oh, actually, wait a second. No, I thought UFOs were bullshit. What if this isn't bullshit?"
Damn.
Yeah.
So it made me like actually look into things more that, and I think the next step after that was one of the things that popped up on YouTube was, I don't know if you've seen the documentary Third Eye Spies.
I've heard of it. I've been my mother watched it.
Really?
Of all people.
Oh.
Loved it.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
my
really
mom
good.
and dad watched it.
What's it about?
It's Russell Targ, the guy who he was like
He's NASA, right?
Yeah.
Stanford Research Institute.
Yeah, it was him and
Yeah.
Hal Puthoff ran
Oh.
the original remote viewing program.
Oh.
Yeah, and he got to a point where he was finally released from the NDA because he wasn't allowed to talk about it for like however many decades.
Yeah.
And then once he could, and some of the files became public, he made this documentary called Third Eye Spies about some of the amazing like things that they got up to in the remote viewing program. And it's like it's just an amazing documentary, but then right at the end of it, it kind of implies that anyone can do it. And
there's that book as well,
Limitless Mind, that he wrote as well. Yeah, I came across that later, but yeah, I remember at the end of it, he's like got a massive like group of, not a group, like it's like a talk that he's doing or something. A big crowd of people with like on chairs and tables and stuff, and he's getting everyone to do remote viewing. And they all get like 90% of the people in the crowd are just like, "Holy shit, like we got it." And I remember thinking like, no. And I was, there was a whole, maybe it's not bullshit. And the cool thing about that is you don't have to rely on like whatever evidence you can find. It's something you can literally try yourself.
Yeah.
So then I was like, well, why don't I just give it a go?
Just try it.
And I tried it. And the first time I tried it, it worked. So I was just like, what the fuck? And I was
What'd you
like,
do specifically? Like, do you remember?
I think it was, I think I found a remote viewing, like what's he called? It's like a website with
Like it generates the targets for you.
yeah, but it wasn't a generated one. It was one that just had a bunch of them. I think it's what's he called? Daz Smith. He's like
It's ringing a bell, but
he's like an English remote viewer.
yeah, I'm not sure.
So it's like a target. You don't see it.
All you see is it's like a hyperlink that's a set of 8-digit number,
Got it.
and then you just choose one of those. And this is how I did it. I did a super like stripped down minimalist version of remote viewing where I'd just write the number and then just be like, right, what's it? Okay, that's kind of what popped up. And I can't remember what it was now. I think I've got it on my it was the first one was the Statue of Liberty.
Nice.
And I didn't draw the Statue of Liberty because A, I'm shit at drawing, and B, it was more like just elements of the image. So I remember it was like a star kind of shape that's like the silhouette.
Yeah.
And then I remember some clouds and then like another little shape. And it's not like a perfect drawing, but it's like how kind of remote viewing works a lot of the time is you'll get like different
Elements
aspects and elements of the picture, even if they're not like joined together properly. I don't know how it works. I don't think anyone does. But yeah, it worked. And I was like, no fucking way. I tried another one and that worked. I think it was like a skull with a Mexican hat on or something. And I was just like, well, the only conclusion you can come to from that is that consciousness isn't in the brain. And if it isn't in the brain, the sky's the limit. Like that just like immediately opens the door for like everything that I thought was bullshit having to at least have some element of truth to it.
That's amazing. That's honestly so amazing. That's amazing.
The power of being this much open
Yeah.
this
That's all it
much
takes.
open. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that first thing that happened with you seeing that article, that just like cracked the door open for everything else to start like flowing in.
And this is good for a man with a scientism brain.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Because he
super
can
left brain
experiment
usually.
and
Yeah.
prove it, which is
Good point.
mint.
Yeah, that was
Good
one of the cool
point.
things about remote viewing.
Because it scratches that
yeah,
itch.
exactly.
And it's
yeah.
it's
You
very
can prove it for
scientific
yourself.
in the process. Yeah, and I you know, like the more I get to know you, you are very left brained. You're also very right brained. Don't deny that part of yourself too.
I do have a little bit. But I'm like straddling it a little bit.
I kind of relate to that as well, because one of the things I love so much about Monroe, and Ryan can tell you, we talk about science all the time on the show. I'm like a huge science geek. I love it. It is so fascinating to me. And so the Monroe stuff scratches that part of my brain as well. It's like they are following the scientific process. Like,
yeah, for sure.
it's incredibly scientific.
A lot of the foundation of it was laid by scientists. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
Robert
Tom
Monroe.
Campbell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can't wait to meet him later this month. I'll just meet actually like 2 weeks from now.
that's so cool.
But yeah, so I love that, man. I love that, like, that's why I thought it was so important to go into that part of you and like find out how you took this step towards awakening to like the greater reality, you know, consciousness and everything, because I think that there are a lot of people out there like you who need that rational evidence, you know, that there's something there, something paranormal, something mystical.
Another little thing is that it wasn't like immediate that I was like, fuck it, I'll try it. Like I said that you know you don't need all of the evidence if you can try it yourself, because you can see for yourself. But
It's replicable.
Yeah. And you can like you don't have to rely on the evidence. But that being said, there is so much evidence.
Oh, yeah.
So much. There's literally like peer-reviewed scientific journals and shit. There's so much.
Yeah.
But it's just either a combination of suppressed and just mocked by like mainstream science, and Wikipedia being like just literal disinformation. So if you try and Google anything, it will never properly show you like what you're looking for. So you just have to know where to look.
Yeah, it'll often show you the opposite. It'll show you all the reasons why the stuff you're looking for is
It's
not
bullshit.
true.
Yeah. So anyone who's just like, oh, I wonder what this is all about, they'll Google it and be like, oh yeah,
just
like I thought. It's
I knew it
bullshit.
was bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
See?
just try it.
I told you it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Google told me so.
We're talking about things you can try. That's one of the fundamentals of the scientific process is it replicable? Can you do it right now? And like, is there a chance of it working if you do it right now? It doesn't have to happen every single time you do it right now, but can you replicate it in like a closed environment? Like, and
the cool thing about like the remote viewing stuff, but in particular, is that, you know, all of the, well, not all of them, but a bunch of the studies and stuff on that, they'll be remote viewing like because it's like has to be set up in a specific way. There'll be like 4 potential targets, say. So there's like so the way that they kind of structure it is that there's like a 1 in 4 chance that they could get it right. And over time, there'll be a statistically significant thing over time, you know. But really, when you think about what remote viewing is, it's like, it's not 1 in 4, even if there's 4 things you can choose from. It's like 1 in infinite. Like the chances of even getting anything close to just literally what could be anything just from a string of numbers is like infinitesimally small. Like the fact that you can close your eyes, get into meditation, and just think about 4 numbers, and then draw whatever you see, and then you look what the 4 numbers represents, and that you've drawn it. Like, what the fuck?
it could be anything in
It
existence.
can be literally anything. So it's definitely more than 1 in 4. Do you know what I mean? Like,
For
even
sure.
even if you get a little bit right, it's like, what the fuck?
It's profound.
Yeah, it's insane.
Understanding that
is
Yeah.
kind of insane.
it could be anything literally in existence.
Yeah.
Anything that you could observe with your eyeballs, like, it's infinite.
I never thought about it like that, because I've always not really needed that level of,
You know, if
you
it
know
was,
what I mean?
If it was like remote view a color, there's like what friggin', I mean,
Technically like 7, I guess,
Sure.
if you count the rainbow,
Well,
the
not-
primary.
Not
the
only
main colors?
sight too. One of the most breakthrough pieces of like tips that I got from Amy was, what do you like? What do you feel?
Yeah. What do you
know,
smell? even?
what's going on with your
Yeah.
other senses, not just sight? And when you when you start to like get really into practicing and you kind of start to burn out and it's not coming to you. I remember doing exactly what you were doing, Aaron, and I felt like I was up high and like on a ledge. but I wasn't getting any visual. It just felt like I was up high, and it turns out the photo was of a bridge.
That's something that I still haven't tried. You're right. Like, I remember Amy telling us that, and it sounding like so profound to try to use your other senses, because I can't see things in my brain.
But you can smell.
Yeah, exactly.
You can hear, you know.
So one of the things for me, why it was like so mind-blowing, another reason why it was so mind-blowing, this whole remote viewing thing, is I have like mild like aphantasia. So like,
These people are my best friends.
So like I can imagine like stuff, but it doesn't look like a picture behind my eyes. So I don't see it. The concept of it is just there, and
it's like how this is lime flavored.
Yeah.
It's like, this is like a mild suggestion of a lime, kind of.
Yeah.
It makes you think
chemically induced.
Right. It makes you think about kind of what a lime is like, but it's so extremely faint that it's not even like you're seeing. You're definitely not seeing
it's just a concept right like somewhere.
So,
but it's not visual. But
yeah.
My point is that when I started specifically trying to use like Monroe hemisync type stuff to make the remote viewing better, going from being completely blackness behind my eyes, I would start like seeing flashes of actual images. So I knew that wasn't my imagination, because I don't see pictures in my closed eyes. So I was like, one of the things with remote viewing is you're supposed to like be able to filter what is it called, the noise.
Yeah.
You know,
I know what you mean. I don't know the word for it. But
static or something.
Yeah, like your monkey brain, you have to get that out of the way, because otherwise you might be just imagining things, and you don't want to be drawing what you're imagining. You want to be drawing the signal.
Yeah.
Anyway, so for me, there is no like visual noise. It's so as soon as I see a flash of an image, I'm just like, holy shit, I'll draw that.
Yeah.
And for some reason, that just seems to be pretty accurate a lot of the time.
Yeah. When we did Creation Station, a couple of times, wasn't every time we did a meditation, but a couple of times I actually saw things, and it was like, you know,
it's shocking, isn't it?
It does happen. I don't know if it's the same with you, but like, 95, 99% of the time it's just literal blackness. But then maybe like once a month or so, something will come through, and you're like, what was that? Or what about dreams? Do you dream a lot?
I dabble in dreams.
Yeah, but is it like, do you have like very vivid dreams?
My dreams, it's completely different, because when you're in a dream, it's like you're there. So it's like waking vision. It's not like you're closing your eyes and trying to picture something. It's like all just built and done by your...
Good point. I have this, like, I wondered if, like, maybe, because I feel like I don't dream a lot. So I'm like, maybe it has to do with the aphantasia thing, but maybe it's that I need to try doing the dream journal stuff.
You should try it.
Definitely, yeah.
Because I think I do dream more than I think I do. I just, we forget.
I'm pretty sure everyone dreams every night. It's just you forget it like straight away.
Within seconds.
Yeah.
Something that was recommended to me, I can't remember. It was one of my friends from Monroe. I don't know if it was Ignacio or who. Probably not. But something that they do to journal everything, they don't even write it down. They just pull up a note on their phone and they just talk to it and just jot it down. Like, you don't have to be like methodical and meticulous. Just capture it.
It's a good idea.
Like you do with music. Try it. Just pull up a note. Make little dream notes on your phone and just kind of talk to it.
Yeah. Do you do that with music? If you hear a little riff or a little thing in your head,
that's one of the most annoying things trying to get to sleep, because I'm like, I've just thought of the best fucking riff. But I need to get out of bed to even be able to like write it down or something, or like sing it in my phone or something.
It always
so I'm like,
happens.
please remember it. And then I wake up and I'm like, don't even remember that I had anything. And another annoying thing that always happens is I'll have a dream where I'm like seeing a band live, and then I'll realize I'm dreaming, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm not seeing a band that exists. This band is in my dream. So this riff is now mine for the taking, and it is sick. So all I need to do now is remember the riff. Right, so what am I going to do? Right, let me think. Okay, yeah. What I'll do is I'll write it down, and then when I wake up, all I have to do is look at the paper. And I wake up and I'm like,
I know exactly what
you wake up and you're like, why am I naked? Right? Right, my people?
Right, Mobbler. Don Mobbler, the cobbler, like. Everyone. Yeah, I do it all the time. I'll get a little, and for some reason, it does seem like like either just waking up or just about to fall asleep, they start coming in. And you can ask Casey. I'll just be like, and I'll like grab my phone and go, and then she's like, "What are you doing?" Like, I had an idea. I'm sorry. I had to record it before I forgot it.
To be fair though, when you are like waking up and then going to sleep, that's like when you're the kind of your vibration almost changes. It's like when you're the closest to the kind of meditative, perfect state of being able to access.
It's the model of
wave.
phase shifting, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Theta,
Yeah.
It's like consciousness is phase shifting.
And
Well,
then
theta too, yeah. But
Yeah.
and I think like music in general, but like for us, like riffs and like, you know, cool melodies and stuff, I think they exist somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's not like in our dimension, and that we like access them to like, because the best riffs always come when you're not even thinking. You're not trying to write a riff. You're just like, you pick up a guitar maybe and you're like, "Oh, what's this?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's good."
Yeah.
And you don't know where it came from, but it's sick. And I think that that's like
It's a source.
It's its own like realm somewhere. There's like a realm of awesome, sick, thick riffs. And that's one of my like main long-term goals for like doing Monroe stuff, is to be able to like consciously access that realm. Just be like flying around like, "Ooh, that's a nice riff. Ooh, look at that one."
Creation Station.
yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
I have the exact same philosophy with music. I've talked about that on the show.
We have entire episodes about that. There's three of them.
There's a clip of me saying that exact thing, what you're saying right there. Like, music exists somewhere else. Art in general, I think, like it exists in a realm somewhere else.
I think it's called "Music is Magic," the episode we did on it.
Could I just add that for Aaron's fans out there, Aaron also writes guitar.
Oh yeah.
You know, it does a lot of the music, so it's not just drums. It's a mastermind of everything. So
Oh yeah.
He's like a mad scientist.
you know, and another.
It's not
thing
just
as
me
well,
though. Let me just.
Of course,
it's not just me.
Of course,
Like
but
Eddie,
you're just
Eddie
multi-talented.
and Aaron, like singing them together, is one of the best things I've ever seen in my life, and I love being a part of that environment where you see the creativity from both of them, and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's cool vibes. It's fun.
It's cool vibes, and you know, I don't want to go off on a full tangent, but there's definitely something to music. You know, I always used to say that, you know, what if Middle Earth is real? What if Skyrim's real? But you know, with Silmarillion, for example, you know, the world was created by sound, music, and you know, look at what we mentioned last night, Pythagoras.
Yeah.
About I can't remember what it is, but there's the specific.
The harmony of the spheres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Sufism. There's
And what is sound and music except vibration?
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah,
literally
exactly.
what this-
Hinduism. All.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We talked about that in the cymatics.
So I wanted to link this back to what we was on about, but I can't remember.
Music is magic. That's
Yeah.
the
It is,
thing.
it is.
It is.
Yeah, that's the truth. Like,
And I also just think creativity in general is magic. I mean,
Yeah.
you know that, you know, especially when you do Gateway, they walk you through that. That's one of the amazing things about the Gateway Voyage is they cram you with information about the right versus the left brain, you know?
Yeah.
Like they made me watch a TED Talk. Did you guys have to watch that one? About the lady that was having the stroke?
Oh yeah,
It's
we did see
brilliant,
that, didn't we?
right?
Yeah. I think we saw that at OBE Spectrum. Yeah.
Yeah,
Luigi
well, it was
showed us
just brilliant. You know, it's a neuroscientist. You guys should honestly watch it. It's like 10 minutes if I can find it for you. She's a neuroscientist, right? She starts having a stroke, but the stroke was in her left brain, right? So because she's a neuroscientist, she's like fascinated at what's happening in her brain. So she's kind of like documenting the cognitive decline that she's experiencing as the stroke. There's like I don't remember if it was a tumor or what, but there's like, I think it was an abscess. It was like growing in her brain, shutting down her leftern hemisphere, I was thinking of western and leftern, but the left hemisphere of her brain, you know, it's like beginning to shut down.
Whoa.
And she's losing,
documenting it.
yeah, in her mind. Wow. She's losing all of her logical and like time and spatial functioning, attempting to like call 911, but she's struggling because her left brain is shutting down. So the TED Talk is her like walking you through each step of her cognitive decline, and then explaining to you the magic of the right brain and how that she like clicked and realized there was magic in the right brain. It's brilliant, dude.
Oh my gosh,
it's
that sounds
brilliant.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's really incredible. It's like one of the best 10-minute videos I've ever
It's
seen.
super inspirational.
Yeah. It's really deep.
I want to see that.
She ties it to like consciousness and stuff like that, but it's a TED Talk, so it's like super sciencey, you know, but
oh my gosh, how fascinating, and what a unique perspective too. How many people could even be, well, oh my gosh, it's like, first of all, how many people does that happen to? And then secondly, it's like to have the wherewithal to think, I need to document what's happening to me while it's
she's
happening.
a brain scientist, you know? So
Yeah.
she's like, perfect, the opportunity.
Yeah, right. I mean, honestly,
yeah, kind of.
It's very profound. And then to document like the right brain kind of compensating for.
Yeah.
Wow, I got to see that.
Her language is starting to fade. Her speech is slurring because her left brain is shutting down, and you know she's like struggling to even dial the numbers on the phone. And
Oh, how sad.
I think somebody at her office was like, "Oh my God, something's wrong. What happened to her? We need to check on her because she's been gone for hours." And she got kind of rescued, and she's fine. But really cool. So, yeah, I mean, it's fascinating stuff, man. Like the magic. I just think it's the right brain. It's creativity. It's art. It's it's emotion.
I think it's a direct link to the ka. The soul. Like, it's a direct it you know, we have these like crude senses and these crude forms of communication that we think we're good at communicating. For all we know, we are. But then there's still always things that we feel, that we think, that we just can't articulate.
Here's something that's going to blow your mind. Every single word in the dictionary needs another word in the dictionary to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So it's just a big recursive loop. There's always an inherent limitation.
I never thought about that. Actually,
that's profound.
It's an infinite feedback loop.
Mm-hmm.
I never once considered that.
But like music isn't. Music, it doesn't. Nothing has to qualify it.
Yeah.
Art,
Infinite.
Yeah, art. A painting doesn't have to be described for
That's true. You don't need to learn how to feel about it or how to understand it or react to it.
A child can look at a painting or hear a song.
Animals do. Animals react to like music all the time.
Yeah.
Have you seen like birds and stuff like just going like
Yeah, absolutely. My cat. I have a cat named. I have a big 20-pound cat, big fluffy huge lion, and his name's Sugar Bear. And he's very anxious, but you play any kind of music around him, and he'll just literally flop over and turn upside down, and it's just like he's a different cat. If there's music, any kind of music. Even Casey will just sing to him sometimes. She'll just sing around him, and he'll just immediately calm down. You'll see his eyes start to soften and stuff. And it's like they have no context whatsoever. They're just receiving raw data.
Yeah, it's just sounds.
It's just sounds.
Yeah.
It's all vibrations, man.
It's all vibes, man.
He was telling us earlier, I don't know which one of y'all was or wasn't in the room, but he was saying that he has these friends that the only thing in the world that calms their dog down is playing Infant Annihilator.
That's so
Can you believe
awesome.
that? I believe that, but like, can you believe that? That's insane. That dog is how do you say it? He's
A legend.
fucked in the head. No, but yes, he's also a legend too. Yeah, he's
There you
also
go.
a legend too. It's also a legend, but
Yeah, there's like, there's a stigma about like extreme metal music that it's like scary or
calms me down.
or it's anxiety inducing or whatever. But like my nieces and nephew, like ever since they were like 3 or 4 years old, will be on like a road trip, and they're like begging me to put my headphones on them so that they can listen to my like disgustingly heavy metal music, whatever it is,
Teddy likes it.
because they love it. They're
Yeah.
like, yeah, like
We liked it when we were kids and we heard it and we were like,
Exactly.
whoa, it's the forbidden fruit.
yeah, exactly.
My parents don't like this.
Therefore, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like without the outside context or outside influence, just taking it in raw, it's like, it speaks for itself. I guess that's a good way to put it.
It's raw dog in music.
Raw dog in music.
Raw dog and music. Yeah, I like that. That's that's brilliant.
That's brilliant.
That's brilliant.
You're peppering that word in, huh?
Yeah.
I like.
I recognize brilliance.
You are brilliant right now, if I may say.
Well, I'm in a crowd of like-minded people. I'm only a reflection of all of your energy beaming before me.
on the vibe of raw dogging,
Uh-oh.
like
It's a vibe.
in the UK that there's something called dogging. Do you guys?
You guys heard of dogging?
No.
Dogging.
Wait, this is family
No.
friendly, right? No?
Well,
We've sworn like it don't matter.
nah,
does
you're
it?
fine. You're fine.
Yeah. What is it?
Dogging would be like you dog on your friends. You joke around.
Oh,
with
that's
your
true.
friends.
Yeah,
In-
but
yeah, in
No.
yeah, like
Dogging
quit
on your
dogging
friends.
on me.
Dogging
If
with
I'm
your friends,
dogging-
that's fucked.
No, if I'm dogging on Ryan here, that means like I'm like making fun of him or I'm like picking on him or something like that.
Yeah.
What is it? Oh god.
Do you want me to? Or do you
Yeah,
wanna do it?
yeah, you can. I feel like you're better at explaining.
Well,
things
it's
than
there's not much to explain. It's just driving to a car park,
a
a secluded car park, usually like in the middle of nowhere,
To do what?
to watch other people and have other people watch you
Have
do
sex.
sexual things.
And it's normally
Strangers.
old mucky men that do it.
Well, I
That's
don't know about that. I'm
that's
sure
like
there's loads
a
of
lot
them.
more
There's,
specific.
there's a lot of
Maybe,
data
but-
packed into that
I mean,
phrase.
you know,
It's
I'm
like
not
voyeuristic
gonna
type
say
stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Anyway,
That's
No, I don't think we
That's
use
so
that
much
the same way.
that's so much more specific than I thought it would
yeah,
have been.
it's very specific.
I don't
yeah.
even know if there's like a
term
word
for that.
here. That would just be like
Going
peeping.
to make out reef.
It
Yeah,
would be like peeping or like or
Moving on.
like, yeah.
yeah, moving on.
yeah. I just, I don't, I think,
I just wanted to just, you know, we've been talking about translation and,
yeah.
you know.
She's providing cultural
Well, we've been doing it
context.
for 3 days now. Like,
Yeah.
Dogging.
Yeah, we've been we've been dogging for 3 days.
for legal reasons, that is a joke. No, but seriously, we've been doing it for 3 days now, and it's been hilarious. We're in the kitchen cooking. There's fires going on, and she's like, I need the jug.
yeah.
What was the word?
It was a jug, and she was talking about a measuring cup.
A measuring cup. Yeah,
and then we're eating the food, and it's so good, and we're like, "Damn, you put your foot in that," and they're like, "What? Like that's not good."
I thought it was good. What do
yeah,
you
yeah,
mean?
exactly. And we're like,
Yeah.
"No, it's good as fuck. It's so good. It's like really good. You put your foot in it."
Oh, I thought you meant I stepped in shit.
Yeah.
It's just like back and forth. It's hilarious. But no, you're right that there's so many different, meanings packed into words, and to try to wrap it to something with a sliver of seriousness. I give up. I do have a question though. I'm curious to know, because I don't think I've outright asked. I'm curious to know how you got into our story. How you were exposed to it, how you came
to think. How? I think I'd always seen little bits here and there because I'm like a very rabbit holey person, and every now and again, on one of the many rabbit holes I'd go down, like I would always just see the Bledsoe name just pop up every now and again, and after a while, I would like be like, I probably need to look into this a bit more, and then I can't remember where it was, but it was like, if you want to get serious about this topic, you need to kind of look into the Bledsoe family. So I was like, okay, and I did, and I was like, holy shit.
Interesting.
Long story short, that was basically what happened. Yeah.
Wow.
Had you seen orbs prior to that, or you might not have known to look?
I can't remember the exact timeline of it all.
I think that.
I'd had some experiences, but it wasn't like it was all kind of meditative experiences. It wasn't like out in the default reality kind of.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. I think.
But you saw orbs before we officially met, though, right?
Elderly.
Oh, actually, I remember.
When we was driving back from
Yeah, no,
I remember. Okay, let's go into
It
that.
was around the whole drone orb.
I
Worldwide
remember.
thing that happened. It was around that time.
I remember. We met somewhere around late October or November for the first phone call, and you guys were about to go on a trip to the Maryland site.
Mm-hmm.
The one, is this the same one that you were showing them the pictures of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't remember. I feel like I just told you guys very minimally, like, look, you can see orbs. You don't need to be with me. You don't need to have any special, thing going on. Just like kind of look up and request. Didn't I say something like that?
It was
Just something
along
very
those
generally.
lines, yeah.
Yeah. And then we touched base again after their trip, and they're like, we got all the way there, 2-hour drive, had fun at this place, whatever. And then they were like, on the drive back, we saw them. while they were in the car. So
wild.
it was like the first time we met, they were just like, boom, okay, we see orbs now. You know, which usually it takes a little longer. And the only reason is because I've come to realize now it's the belief in the individual.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
You guys were just ready.
That's what your dad was telling me when we were 13.
Yeah.
You know, and like, you got to believe. He's like, it's, you know, if you don't believe, you won't see it.
I feel like there's a bit of like a misconception in that kind of coming from someone who was like a big skeptic. I feel like that kind of way of thinking about it always kind of put me off it a little bit. And
I think that's kind of by design a little bit.
probably, yeah,
You know?
yeah. It's
Like
probably
you got to do a little bit
of
of the work. You got to take that step towards the light, towards the truth, you know, but
because for me it's like less, because I think I don't know if it's probably, I don't know how to explain this. Like, it's not like you have to even believe in the sense that you're like, oh yeah, I believe that it's going to happen tonight. It's for me, it's less about believing it's going to happen and more about just not
letting go.
It's like kind of almost the opposite, where it's like it's not believing that something's going to happen. It's just not being completely closed off to it. You
Believing that it could happen.
Not even believing that it could, just not disbelieving that it could ever happen.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
It's
just
like
being open to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly how my dad describes it.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just be open to it. The thing he always says is like, don't inject doubt. Doubt will push it away. Just be open. Just, you know, or like Monroe always says, I think this is genius. In fact, I would go to great lengths to say that it's brilliant. And they say, be curious.
Yeah.
You know, that's like one of their taglines, like, be curious, explore, you know, go find out for yourself. Be curious.
Yeah.
Why not? You know?
Yeah, when we were kids, 12 and 13, I was very scared of this whole conversation at first, because I mean, it was super early into all of it. This was pre-2012, pre the lady, pre a lot of the spiritual context that we now,
or really just most of the context. It was just
almost
raw experiences.
It was really just the river experience, and then just raw experiences at your house.
Yeah,
that was all that had happened.
Yeah.
And so for me, being like just a good little Christian boy at the time, never, you know, knowing about any of this stuff, it was scary. It was scary for me. Yeah. But I had the curiosity of like, well, I mean, they're all seeing it. Like, I want to see what's up. Like,
yeah.
But I was afraid.
It's that forbidden fruit thing. You're scared of it, but a part of you has that door slightly open.
Yeah. And so then every time, you know, I would talk to Ryan's dad, and he would just be like, you gotta let go. There's no reason to be afraid. You have to like just believe a little bit. You gotta like believe that. Be open to it. He said that so many times. Be open to it. Be open to it. And it took a while, but eventually, I think, I don't know, some of the fear maybe melted away or something, and it just started happening. And it was like it's like momentum builds. It's strange. It's almost out of your control once it starts. It's like just starts building momentum and going and going and going. But it is fascinating how it seems to be such a personal experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and that's trippy. That's one of the trippy parts about it. Because it's one thing if we're all just observing something in the sky, right? Mm-hmm. But the element of it that's like, well, that thing in the sky is connected directly to you. It's like that part of it is trippy.
Yeah. I think people have the hardest time with that.
And it may be the most important part of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Something I just thought about while you were explaining how you were so scared as a kid, you were a good Christian boy, and it's like, if you back up and you think about it, the people, and this is true in all the comments we get, and the ridicule and the humiliation that we've received from family and people in our community growing up, like far before we were even, you know, public and the way that we are now. But the people that always have the strongest and harshest and most brutal pushback to this knowledge, to this story, to anything that's happening in our, you know, sphere, are very religious people.
For sure, yeah.
And that's kind of weird when you think about it, because you would think that the very religious people are the most confident and not afraid of the spirit world, right? They're at peace with God. They're supposed to be like, you know, I've got this pretty well figured out, right? But you know, the more you think about it and you peel that back, it's like they're really the most traumatized, the most terrified of the spirit world. You know, it's got to be demonic, and Angels ain't real, but the demons are surely the ones that are constantly manifesting for everybody to see. But the angels, nah, they don't have power. They're not showing up in our world.
Yeah, that part of it is strange.
Isn't it?
But
it's
it seems
weird
to be inherent with a lot of religious folk, at least, I would say. Like, with it comes this... There can't just be like a faith. I mean, it should be that way, right? But a lot of religious people, I find, a lot of very outwardly religious people, I should say, there's not just a faith thing. There's also this attack element to it.
Yep.
Where it's like anything that is not exactly what I believe, I have to attack it. Like,
It's like just tribalism in its pure form, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. We do that with everything.
Yeah.
We humans do it.
Football teams. Just
I was literally I call it the football mentality. It's like we do it with our politics. We do it with everything. It's like if you're not on my team, then you're on the other team. And like, we're going to fight. That's
It's like Ooga Booga Monkey Brain shit.
It is, yeah, Oonga Boonga, yeah, it is. It really is like old, ancient tribalism, caveman type mentality stuff. And it's like, hey, like, you're not a caveman anymore, dude. Like, we can all think freely, and you don't got to be like attacking. Which, an ironic part of it is that's typically against what most religions believe in their actual texts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just all about like, well, most of it is like about like just being chill.
Being chill, looking inward.
Be super chill.
It's not like, you know, and you ask some of these people, like, it's like, why are you ask people, like, why are you doing this? Oh, you have to testify. You have to testify. The Bible tells us we have to testify against this. It's like, that's a stretch. Testifying is one thing. Like, condemning people to their face and, like, attacking people is a completely different thing.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
It's an ironic thing.
It is. It is. It's almost like a paradox, but
it is, because I think it ends up having the opposite effect that these people think they wish it would have on people. You know,
I think in reality, the very, very super overly religious are the most afraid of the spiritual world. And I know this from experience. I'm not like, I was this as a child and growing up, and then, you know, I started having these experiences and I broke free. But I feel like the people that are extremely overly religious in all of their communication with God in whatever form they imagine is constantly just like a request to escape damnation. Like, you know, please forgive me, please, you know, this, please that, or, you know, or it's the opposite, and it's egotistical and I'm a better Christian than you, but you know, and that's a whole other story, right? But anyway, that's a strange tangent, but I just kind of had a realization while you were telling that story, but
no, it is fascinating.
Can I just say, at least Infinite Annihilator, especially the first album, they call out like the religious, cult-ish, and paedophiles. Did I say C-U-N-T or C-U-L-T?
Cult. Yeah.
Cult.
Yeah.
Culty.
I was like, oh God,
no, you said cult. We'll agree that you did.
Yeah, I definitely meant cult. You know, at least, no matter how extreme Infinite are, and you know, like, I think at the end of the day, that them highlighting really insane things that go on with religion, or not even religion now, fucking Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh my gosh.
You know, a client list and all that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, but didn't you hear that? None of that actually happened.
Of course.
The official reports.
Never happened. That didn't
at least
exist.
They highlight it in such an extreme way. And, you know, even with the extreme band name, it's just one of those things where, you know, it's... you're rebelling against it by highlighting it,
in a way,
calling them out, I guess. But
see, that's an interesting perspective, because, and I'm glad we're going this way. I think it's a great place to kind of wind down and sort of. I think I'm on my Red Riding Hood era for the moment.
Wow, Red Corning Hood.
Yeah.
You look a bit like Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Corn.
Assassin's Cream Corn.
Assassin's Cream Corn gets shucked and creamed. But you ever have dreams you're Spider-Man and you shoot webs?
Yes.
All the time, right?
Yes. One of my...
I always have dreams where I'm shooting web.
Yeah. One of my lucid dreams, actually a few of them, I think. What my first ever time that I lucid dreamed, the first thing that I did was shoot webs like Spider-Man. The first thing I did.
Oh yeah, every time.
The first time I ever lucid dreamed, I was like, I'm dreaming.
I
and
literally-
and then I was just like,
I had a vivid dream the other night. I was beaming webs, and I woke up. I was like, I woke up. This was like the other night, and I woke up and I was like, I really do wish I possessed that power. You know,
you do,
to
man.
be able to just shoot webs, it would be
You
so
do.
sick. But like the Toby version. But
Right, yeah.
anyway, I'm glad we're.
No,
What's that?
Oh no, we're here. We're yeah.
no.
I'm with you.
Was it?
I'm with you.
Did I miss a transmission?
Nah, man, we're just talking about how good you shoot your webs.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's getting real sticky at nighttime.
Yeah, you're great at it.
I'm talking about from my hands.
Yeah, we are too.
Well, I think that somewhere our wires got crossed. So I'm going to transition back to what we were fading into because I think that this does require some attention because obviously people don't tune into our show. We're not a metal show. We are a whatever we want to be. We have whatever guests we want to have. Nick and I are very passionate about metal. So we'll have somebody on who is into metal, you know. We're passionate about anime. We'll have somebody on who's into anime. We're passionate about video games. We'll have somebody who's been in video games. We talk about whatever we want to talk about. And there's a lot of our fan base that they don't give a shit about metal, okay? They're ordinary people. They're seeking very spiritual things. They're enjoying, you know, a wide variety of conversations that we're having with people. So I think, like, for those people at home, I'm just imagining they're finding Infinite Annihilator, they're Googling the lyrics, and they're like, what the fuck? They have gone off the deep end. So I was wondering if you had any sort of clarity to provide towards people out there who just
Wouldn't
don't
understand.
just don't get it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
what's the point? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, originally, before I was a lot younger when we started the band, basically, and originally it was just kind of, well, first of all, we didn't think that anyone would even listen to it, so it was just kind of, the mindset going into it was like, we want to write the most extreme music instrumentally as possible.
You achieved that right from the beginning.
Thank you. Don't know about that, but it was cool. It was a fun time. Anyway, the point is, the lyrics, we thought, you know, they should be, what's the most extreme, like, musically, we were like, what's the most extreme music we can write? And then lyrically, what's the most extreme lyrics that you can talk about? What's the most, like, brutal thing that there is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, the band name is the clue. So, you know.
It's a clue. It is.
Yeah. So at first it was just kind of it was like, what would you call it? Like, just.
Like the shock factor of it.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Just kind of like a very...
How shocking can we be?
Yeah.
How over the
Yeah.
top can you get?
You were explaining... Yeah, how over the top, how ridiculous. You were explaining to me. It's like a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put
And
it.
I asked this... I wanted to talk about this just because that there are people who I think that take this... And again, I say this from experience, growing up around people who are very religious, you know, and some people read this stuff and they take it literally and they're like, oh my God, these people are really into this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
And I think... Anyway, so...
That's a really good thing, the horror movie thing, because it's like, you know, regardless of what we write about, you know, it is art at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it is horrible shit, some of the stuff. Like, if you're not into metal, for one, don't read it. If you... Actually, no, let me scratch that. Just don't read the lyrics. Don't do it to yourself. There's no point. You won't find enjoyment.
Yeah. Well, part of the funny thing is, and it's a meme with metal, but it's like, oh, what the hell are they saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, if you're doing such guttural noises that there's no understanding
It is
it
literally
without
like
reading,
oinks and stuff.
yeah,
so-
without reading the lyrics, then sure, let's just make the lyrics like the most insane shit anyway.
Yeah.
Why not? Nobody's gonna know what we're saying unless
That's
they read
funny. That was really funny. Scratch that. That was legendary.
But, yeah, so it's like a horror film. Like, just because, you know, someone makes a super gory horror movie doesn't mean that they're like a murderer.
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
you
Yeah.
know?
exactly.
I think that's very well said.
Yeah. There's tons
Dope.
of horror movies and horror directors out there. They're not like all a bunch of psychopathic murderer
Yeah,
like
exactly.
people who are in it. They're just like, it's like art. It's art.
Well,
They're,
you know
they're
how
sharing
people...
a perspective.
And the only reason I even wanted to talk about this in the first place is for the very lowest common denominator, like very general person who's out there and they're hearing this, and you know, it's just like I felt like I felt like what an interesting perspective to like hear the thought process from you, from the mind that's making this music. Again, I'm throwing away the key. I just lock my lips. People will just have to very patiently wait for the new album. You know what? And that it's I'm trying to think of how to say things without giving away anything. You know what I mean? But it's incredible, and I don't think anybody will really be able to deny that.
No.
In this space,
Also,
like
there's no preparing for it.
No,
At all.
it's unbelievable.
Don't even try.
And I hope it's okay. And if you don't want me to say this, I'll cut it happily. But I think it's very high art. I think that the vibe you're going for is just shockingly just great. And whatever you were going for, you nailed it, and people are gonna love it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
And if that's cool, then yeah, I'm at peace. I think that's a great place to end
I'm at peace. You're at peace. You kind of look like a corn monk or something right now. Like you worship some corn entity. Wow, man, that was
really, something.
Yeah,
that was something.
It was.
Was that embarrassing?
No, man, it was really cool. I think it was good. Do you feel embarrassed?
I feel free.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
I feel good.
I feel like you feel like you're free as well.
Yeah. And that's a decree from up high.
That's a decree
from the crown
to the free.
Yeah. Last question.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Last question, and we've tortured you enough. We've made you
annihilated
toil and labor.
I've loved every minute. It's been awesome. Thanks for having me. It's been really cool.
Our pleasure.
Good,
Thanks
Good.
for being here.
I hope that it's been fun. I hope it's been just like carefree and like totally just a good time. And that's really at the end of the day, that's all we're trying to do.
Thanks to Helen as well.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Shout out to Helen.
Big shout out.
Best cook in all of England.
Yes.
Best chef.
The truth.
That's a fact.
The Sunday dinner queen.
Again, Sunday tea.
No, she said Sunday dinner queen.
Oh, did you?
Sunday dinner.
She said it herself.
Hey.
Oh yeah, because Sunday dinner is lunch.
Yeah, you have it at
and you know
lunchtime.
what? And I keep
But
sitting here
we
trying
call
to
it dinner.
correct you people.
Sorry for stepping on your final question.
Actually.
That is kind of me right now.
Actually.
Now I'm embarrassed.
Okay.
Anyway, this is something I do like to ask guests. This is just if I remember, I don't always, but I try to remember, and I ask everybody this. But if you just like had the attention of everybody and you felt like there was something on your mind or on your heart that you just feel like you want people to know, what is it that you feel like you want to leave people with before you leave the earth, your most important little nugget of wisdom, like what would that be?
Kind of wish you'd have asked me this before so I could have prepared something.
It doesn't have to be that deep.
That's a big question. Holy shit.
Well, we got to drop some heat at the end of every episode.
Throwing the before you leave the earth bit on there was...
I started doing that with Kyle, actually.
Yeah.
I did kind of transform the question.
That was a little dramatic.
Well, we got to meet the quota.
Quota?
Of
being dramatic?
Of little interesting tidbits.
You'd meet that quota, that's for sure.
Little interesting tidbits.
Little interesting.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be that deep, man. It's just, like, what's important to you? Like, what would you want to leave people? It's like, hey, you got to believe me, man. What is it? Remote viewing? Orbs? It could be one word. It could be 20.
Maybe it would be like a message to my past self who was like a super hard-nosed skeptic about everything. Don't be a dick, for one. And two, just because you've heard it repeated a million times by people in authority means shit all. It means nothing. Look into stuff yourself. If you've got an intuition about something, don't ignore it. Look into stuff that you think is cool. Don't care what anyone else thinks. Don't think about what anyone else's reactions or thoughts are going to be about something. Just do whatever the hell you want as long as it's not hurting someone else. And yeah, just have a cool time all the time.
That's it right there.
Can't top that.
That's it.
You know what? Hats on.
Come on now,
Hats
Don.
on to
Come
that,
on,
man.
Don Mobler.
Yeah, man. That was deep. So thank you, and we love you.
We love you.
Both of you.
We love you both.
You're wonderful people.
You guys are the best.
Yes, you now have a home in America. Well, in 2 states, I guess, but with your other friends. But anyway, here in North Carolina. You're part of our family. You guys are awesome.
Kakalaki.
You guys are freaking awesome. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. What up, homies?
If you like the show and want more, check out patreon.com/Bledsoe said so.
This will get you exclusive weekly bonus shows and access to our Discord community with hundreds of open-minded people just like you.
If you want to represent the show, go to bledsoesaidso.com for merch. We have t-shirts, hats, hoodies, and more.
For all future updates, follow us on Instagram at Bledsoe Said So.
Same time next week.